Hello, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play with Cake Heater. And as you can see, I'm going to play Dear Esther. I know absolutely nothing about this game except the reviews. Well, 1 second. I know nothing about this game except the reviews I saw on Steam or read on Steam that it's I think it's a quite mysterious game. There's no action in it at all, and it should be all about the experience and and the story and so on. So let's give it a try. The lighthouse. This looks interesting, doesn't it? The lighthouse, there's something I cannot pronounce. The caves and the beacon. Let's try the lighthouse as the first thing. This is Danish. It says play this chapter, and yes I would. Boring loading screen. Very, very boring. It's a beautiful scenery though. I'm very excited about this game. I have no idea what to come. I think it's a love story. It says, because it says Dear Esther, and I think the protagonist is a male.
Dear Esther, I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island. Somewhere between the longitude and latitude, a split opened up, and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains a singularity, an alpha point in my life that refuses all hypothesis. I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
Did he say that he has given birth to this island? Oh, I can move around. Let's see. It's a first-person game, as I can see, and the scenery is very beautiful. And I can't come over that he said that he has given birth to this island. See, it looks like an abandoned island, except at least this part is abandoned. Let's look around. What's in here? It's kind of scary. Oh, I didn't click anything. The flashlight, it turned on by itself. This is kind of horror-ish. It's kind of scary. Something science-ish. Wow, I love the sounds. It's kind of scary. This gives me the feeling that I'm actually here. I don't know if I can click on anything. It's got it here. This kind of gives me the creeps. Actually, yeah, it does. It doesn't look like I can interact with anything at all. Looks like the character, he acts on his own accord. I cannot duck. He ducked by himself when the bats flew by, and there he turned on his own flashlight by his own accord. I don't think I can interact with anything at all. It's all about the experience. So let's take a look. I really want to get up in that lighthouse thingy. Yeah, I do. I'm pressing a few buttons. And I cannot jump. Don't know what to do to run. I can press on the mouse and I can see things a little closer by. We can choose let's go down here first to take a look around before I move upwards. Very beautiful scenery. Kinda boring. I mean, there's no one on this island at all. Though it really feels like I'm here. And I wonder who that Esther is. I have absolutely no idea. And he said he had given birth to this island. What the fuck is he talking about? Wind. Giving birth to an island. He feels like he has given birth to an island. I guess it's a lot worse than giving birth to an actual child. That crate somewhere, possibly for to capture crabs. And I have no idea where I'm going. Let's see. Stairs. Oh, beautiful music.
Those islands in the distance, I'm sure, are nothing more than relics of another time, sleeping giants, somnambulist gods laid down for a final dreaming. I wash the sand from my lips and grip my wrist ever more tightly. My shaking arms will not support my fading diaries.
Alright, so when we go somewhere he will start talking. I guess we will have to explore to listen to him or find certain points of the game, so he will start talking and we will possibly learn more about him and dear Esther. I wonder what this is. I have no idea. It looks like an arrow pointing me in this direction. Very beautiful scenery, very beautiful music, and very mysterious about this guy we are playing as, who has given birth to this island. Sorry, I can't let it go.
I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the precipice at bay. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed, the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine still trample. I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
Oh my god, he's so emo. He sounds so depressed. Can I describe how depressed he seems to be? Well, we explored the beach. Let's climb up the stairs or go up the stairs, and I have no idea what this is. It really does look like an arrow though. I didn't actually listen to him. I think he said something about the headstone. I didn't listen to the rest of what he said at all. Because who wants to listen to an emo anyway? I don't. Okay, it's so frustrating that I can't run. Oh my... Seriously, why? Why can't I run? This actually reminds me of Amnesia, though this isn't scary at all, and we aren't in a castle, we're out in the free, and the scenery is so beautiful. I love it. It's a dull and boring game, but even so I love it. Let's take a look around this jolly adventure, which is so adventurous and mysterious, and I would be lying if I said it was exciting, because it's not
wonderful
exciting
sight.
at all.
The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle. It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach, all the world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Well Good for you, Shakespeare. God, he is talking gibberish. Seriously. Looks like that is the path that we could have taken, but now we are going this way, and I don't want to go back because this character can't run, and that is so frustrating because this is so slow.
When someone had died or was dying, or was so ill they gave up what little hope they could sacrifice, they cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boat, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its hosts. My lines are just for this, to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Is he the lighthouse keeper, saver thing? I have no idea. The first impression was that he was stranded on this
I
island.
quote directly, a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most God-forsaken of all the inhabitants of the outer isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
And more gibberish. I completely stopped listening to him because that was a load of crap. Oh, a boat! And it looks a bit stranded. Maybe that's the boat he arrived in. Maybe not. Whoever
Dear
runs
Esther,
that lighthouse
I
is
met Paul.
failing at
I
it.
made my own little pilgrimage. My Damascus, a small semi-detached on the outskirts of Wolverhampton. We drank coffee in his kitchen and tried to connect to one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Is it just me, or was that scarier?
I would leave you presents outside your retreat in this interim space between cliff and beach. I would leave you loaves and fishes, but the fish stocks have been depleted and I've run out of bread. I would row you back to your homeland in a bottomless boat, but I fear we would both be driven mad by the chatter of the sea creatures.
Beautiful, and I completely stopped listening to him again. And more science things, chemistry things. It's kind of, I have to admit, this is kind of scary. Looks like someone has been here and the bread has gone bad. Ew, so disgusting. Okay, onwards. Let's see what's over here. I suddenly feel so jolly because this main character is so dull. So annoyingly dull and emo and goth-like. Can we go into the water? We can even swim. Oh god. This is scary as hell. Alright, we cannot go into the water at all. Thank you for clearing that up. Alright, so if we go out in the water, we'll be washed ashore again. So that's completely out of the question. Oh, fuck it. Whoever runs that lighthouse completely suck at it. Seriously. Cannot help but feel I could get up in that lighthouse tower somehow. But I don't want to go back. Because, as I said before, I cannot fucking run. Now, let's get up in that thing over there that glows. My guess that it's another lighthouse thing. Maybe there's people over there because it seems that there's electricity over there.
He still maintains he wasn't drunk, but tired. I can't make the judgment or the distinction anymore. I was drunk when I landed here, and tired too. I walked up the cliff path in near darkness and camped in the bay where the trawler lies beached. It was only at dawn that I saw the bothy and decided to make my temporary lodgings there. I was expecting just the aerial and a transmitter stashed in a weatherproof box somewhere on the mount. It had an air of uneasy permanence to it. Like all the other buildings here, erosion seems to have evaded it completely.
Alright, he has cleared out all my assumptions. What are those sounds? Well, he was drunk and tired when he crashed in this island. Probably vomiting from his, well, from drinking. Let's see what's over here. I haven't met anything. Oh, that's the place we were before. I'm actually a bit creeped out because it seems we are absolutely alone in this island, and it feels like it's me that's in the game, that it's me who's here, and well, my hearing things aren't making things better. It really sounds like I'm here too. God, this is creepy in its own fascinating way, really. Now let's move on. Fuck you, sound. Fuck you, wind. Go away. Now let's see what's over here. What did I tell you, wind? Shut up. Well, let's see. Oh, I don't like this. Alright. If something happens, I'm going to pause the game. This is scary. And here's a terribly boring loading screen yet again. Hooray! Well, let's summarize that. We're stranded on an island. The lighthouse is completely abandoned, and
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my Ordnance Survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
Sounds to me that Esther was murdered somehow, and this guy is talking to his dead girlfriend or wife. Maybe something like that, but I cannot be sure. And he is trying to travel to some specific location to find evidence. Maybe someone killed Esther and he wants to find the murderer. I have absolutely no idea. But I do know that this guy have given birth to this island. Somehow. Oh god, look at how the crates are. Something tells me that you have to go inside the boat, and I really don't want to do that because those metal ships creeps me out a lot. Can we go in there? No. No, we cannot. Oh god, this is creepy. Absolutely creepy. I don't want to go inside the boat. Somehow I know that nothing's gonna happen, but even so, it's scary. Somehow, scary. Oh God. The sound effects are great. They're absolutely great. They really are. And it looks like I cannot enter the boats at all. That is all fine by me. It's completely fine by me that I cannot enter the boats. Because they creep me out. Goodbye boats. Goodbye. Or ships. Whatever. I don't care. Let's move on. Those lighthouses fail completely. Look at all these ships. Seriously.
There must be a hole in the bottom of the boat. How else could new hermits have arrived?
Alright. I have to be frank. I have no idea what hermits are because... Well, I'm Danish. I just don't know what hermits are. Kind of. He said there must be a hole beneath the boats. Maybe that's his way of saying that we have to go into the boats even though we don't want to. Oh, look at that. Aren't those words on the boats? I think. Oh, look at that. There's a light over there. A yellow one.